Okay, here's a story of about Nationstar and what they do, how wonderful they are. Washington State invalidates common mortgage provision. Okay, by Gene Johnson, Associated Press, July 17, 2016. Says Laura Jordan came home from work one day to find herself locked out. She had missed 2 mortgage payments, and the company servicing her loan had changed the locks without warning. In a ruling this month, the Washington Supreme Court found that the action is illegal, a decision that clears the way for a federal class action case that Jordan brought on behalf of at least 3,600 borrowers in the state, and one that has broad ramifications on how some lenders respond when homeowners miss their payments. This is a criminal trespass and a theft. It should be treated as such. Excuse me, said Sheila O'Sullivan, Executive Director of Northwest Consumer Law Center. There's no basis for them to walk in, change the locks on someone's home until they have foreclosed. It is a very important ruling. The mortgage industry is wrestling with the significance of the 6-3 ruling, which found that provisions stated in mortgage documents around the country conflict with state law. The provisions allowing lenders to change locks, winterize homes, take other steps to preserve the value of properties that are in default or abandoned. Okay, Nationstar said they sent papers saying that my property was abandoned. In a friend of the court brief, the Federal Home Loan Mortgage Court, better known as Freddie Mac, highlighted an importance such provisions in maintaining its collateral and avoiding blight might harm properties and values in the neighborhood. But the court held that they violated state law that prohibits lenders from taking possession of the property before foreclosure. The court addressed the question at the request of the federal judge in Spokane, who is overseeing the class action. Washington appears to be the first state in the nation that has invalidated the provisions. The plaintiff's lawyers say, the consumer advocates say other states could allow suit, that the ruling could inspire additional class action lawsuits. In Jordan's case, Dallas-based Nationstar Mortgage hired a vendor to inspect her Wenatchee property in 2011. After she missed a couple mortgage payments in 2011, the vendor posted a notice on the door saying the property was unsecure or vacant, prompting the company to have the locks changed. Jordan, a dental hygienist, argued that she was still living there and that when she got home from work, she found she was locked out and the new key to the house was in a lockbox, and she had to call Nationstar to get the combination to retrieve it. She could no longer access her home without going through Nationstar. Justice Susan Owen wrote, for the majority, this action of changing the locks and allowing a key only to be contacted Nationstar for the lockbox codes is clicks expression of control. Nationstar said it was evaluating whether to ask the court to reconsider the narrow impact of the decision, and a spokesman for Freddie Mac said the organization would not comment on the ruling. Okay, let me roll that up. For many years, we have followed standard industry practices regarding property preservation, Nationstar said in an email statement. Particularly if broadly construed, the decision will likely hamper loan services efforts to maintain abandoned properties and avoid blight in Washington communities. The Northwest Consumer Law Center, which works with financially troubled borrowers to help them modify their loans or otherwise retain their properties, argue the real reason Nationstar was quick to change the locks was to prompt people to move out and making it more likely that the foreclosure would proceed uncontested. Several borrowers whose locks were changed said their properties were incorrectly deemed abandoned and they believed that they had no right to maintain once the locks were changed. Like Marie Miller, that was a big case from Nationstar in New Hampshire too, and they put her through hell. It really did. Clay Gattins, a Wenatchee lawyer who represents the plaintiffs, said that if properties are truly abandoned and at risk under Washington law, lenders do have a quicker alternative to foreclose, which takes months. That's to have a court appointed a receiver, he said. A receiver. Okay, I read something else about receivers. Okay, says Gatton said he's seeking damages that includes the fair rental value of the class members' properties between the time the locks were changed and the time the foreclosure eventually completed, a period that typically spans 8 to 10 months, meaning damage could easily reach into the tens of millions of dollars, he said. You have all this generous behavior, he said, and these folks are in economic distress. They don't know what's happening. They just know their home has been broken into and the locks have been changed, which prompts them to move. And this ruling has got broad ramifications in Washington to stop this practice, but I think it will have national impact as well. Copyright 2017 San Diego Union Tribune. Okay. I already kicked somebody off my porch, and I told them that this my property was illegally auctioned off through a Sketchman in Savage. No comments. I thought there would be comments. Okay. More to come.